You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
And welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list, an employer in need of more workers. Such a common tale, right? Hardly big news these days, except the employer is the Knox County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Tom Spangler telling county commissioners he's under pressure to fill around 190 open positions across his entire office, with around 90 unfilled job slots at the county detention center alone. Sheriff Spangler told us today about what comes along with the situation, from extra costs to legal issues to safety considerations. For one, he's worried about breaking federal rules that call for adequate jail staffing, and he's paying lots of overtime to the workers the sheriff's office does have covering those open shifts. Now, last year's overtime budget was $300,000 last year. It went up to $500,000 this year. And KCSO is on pace to spend around $1.4 million if this trend continues.
And obviously, it not only puts the inmates in a situation as well, because they're not getting what they need to have as far as getting showers and the recreation that they need to have. It puts a burden upon them as well, but it's a safety issue for our employees. Situation for our officers being dangerous as well, because obviously they're not being able to put eyes on those that need to be where they need to be putting eyes at, and having people in positions.
Jail numbers today put the staff to inmate ratio at about 6 to 1. Sheriff Spangler says he's thankful for the employees who've been willing to step up and take on that extra work. If you or someone you know is interested in joining the Knox County Sheriff's Office, head over to our website, WAT.com, to see how you can apply. Well, our next big story for you, happening just in the last couple of hours. I want you to check out some of this video from the scene. A car window smashed after what police describe as a road rage shooting. Knoxville police were called out to Strawberry Plains Pike near the Cracker Barrel. No one was hit, but investigators tell us 3 people were detained and charges are now pending. Of course, we'll bring you more as soon as we learn any additional information from police. Next in our Big 7 at 7, answers about a crash last week that claimed 2 lives. They were passengers in a pickup that reportedly pulled out in front of a commercial vehicle on Edgemore Road at New Henderson Road in Anderson County. That's the explanation given by a THP preliminary report into the crash last Thursday. Gregory Sweet and Marion West died at the scene. The driver of that pickup was flown to UT Medical, while the other driver wound up at Oak Ridge Methodist, suffering minor injuries. THP says charges are pending against the driver of the pickup. Next in our Big 7 list for you tonight, Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon now asking voters for another term in office. 1 week and 1 day after the state and federal midterm votes, Kincannon is looking ahead now to the next round. Mayor Kincannon's campaign announcement statement touts her record through the pandemic, pointing out she took office 3 months before COVID-19 hit. Kincannon saying, quote, "We've made meaningful progress, but I believe there is more I can give to the critical effort." Kincannon plans a campaign kickoff event tomorrow evening. Our next big story for you, law enforcement in our area making a big arrest. We want to get you up to date on. The man they arrested, Juan Montoya, is accused of shooting a co-worker at a Nashville construction site, and he had been on the run. Metro Nashville police say it was highway patrol officers and Knox County deputies who made the arrest at a way station along I-40 in West Knox County. Now, this goes back to Tuesday when, according to investigators, Montoya was seen running from that construction site just after gunshots rang out. Police identified the victim as Santos Ramirez Martinez. They don't know the reason behind the shooting. MPD plans to charge Montoya with homicide once he's back in Nashville. Another big story for you, the big slowdown for a hot ticket. Fans yesterday waited for hours in a virtual line hoping to score tickets to Taylor Swift's upcoming concert tour. Now, behind that slowdown, huge demand hobbling the computer system for entertainment giant Ticketmaster. Now, Tennessee's Attorney General is launching an investigation. Jonathan Scrimetti saying today that he will examine what was promised to fans with pre-sale codes and whether or not that promise was kept.
We are concerned about this very dominant market player, and we want to make sure that they're treating consumers right. And there are no allegations at this time about any misconduct, but as the Attorney General, it's my job to ensure that the consumer protection laws and antitrust laws in Tennessee are being honored.
Attorney General Scrimetti adds his office has looked into antitrust allegations involving Ticketmaster and Live Nation in the past. We have reached out to Ticketmaster, its side of the story, but have not heard back at this time. We'll keep you posted. Also, a Big 7 story, a crime alert caught on camera. Middlesboro, Kentucky police sharing some of this surveillance video you see behind me here as they investigate now a jewelry store heist happening yesterday afternoon at the antique and modern jewelry store. Take a closer look, though. Investigators describing this as happening in a choreographed fashion. Two men seen entering the business, speaking with the woman behind the counter. That's what you're looking at. Then a group of 4 women enter in the background. Now, the video shows one of them reach over a glass cabinet. We're told this woman is able to grab a full jewelry display while the saleswoman is distracted. Police think the group was just passing through. It's not known which direction that they are heading now. If you recognize them, though, you are asked to please call Middlesboro Police. Here's the phone number, 606-248-3636.